Hello, 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 my lovelies, and welcome to the Miss Lillian's page. I am Crysta from Litter to Glitter, and I have a great project that I'm going to show you guys today. 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys with the first step prep on how to clean the sugar bin. Since then, I've been a little busy in the last 2 weeks. One, I used the cabinet prep on this, and I cleaned it, I sanded it. I used some of Jeff's mud to fill in some surface flaws, sanded that. Then let's see here, what else did I do to it? Then I used the cabinet prep to make sure everything's going to stick good. And then I painted it in this amazing Miss Lillian's. This is Misbehave. It is like by far one of my favorite colors from Miss Lillian's. It's Fabu. I love it. And so, as you know, I discussed doing like a trippy boho kind of with the new neons on this, but I got in the Grace on Design Harlequin Rose Decoupage paper, and that just was not going to work with the neons and this. So I do have one full sheet of that left, and I'm going to show you the full sheet. And this is, I mean, it's huge. All right. So you see how, there you go. It's not a little decoupage. It's a big decoupage. And there was two printed sheets. And then there's this one sheet that matches the color of the white rose that's in here. So you get 3 sheets in this pack. It's 2 printed. And then the one that the paper color matches that rose. So that's it. Like I said, it's yeah, it's a big sheet. So you're getting a lot for your money. Let's see here. Austin, I did not get my tablet, so I'm going to need to see the comments real quick. So Tammy Martin is on with us. Hey, Tammy. Amber Demakowitz is on. Hey, Amber. And Ann from Indiana. Miss Lillian's is on. Heather Marglizano is on. Heather is the designer of Grace on Design, and she is popped on here. And I'm hoping that you guys are following her and all of her amazing products. But Heather nailed it with this one. This came in, and I fell in love with it. And so it was, Tanya is on with this. Yes, it's a lot of paper. So Heather said, laugh out loud. Thank you. I love it. So I'm going to be jumping back and forth because I forgot to pull up my tablet. Guys, it's been one of those days. All right. Let's just say Crysta's having a day and leave it at that. Okay. So as you know, we are closing down our shop. I'm not going to be a retailer anymore. I am moving over into Miss Lillian's home painting partner program. And so you could still order through my affiliate link, and every purchase helps me out, and I appreciate that. Also, I have an affiliate link with HP Distribution, which is where you can get your Grace on Design. That is in the description as well. So what I've done is I've already painted this with Misbehave. Who would have thought that one of Crysta's favorite paint colors is called Misbehave? Who could have seen that coming, right? I've already decoupaged this drawer here, and there's a drawer underneath as well. I'm going to grab my tripod, and I'll show you guys from the front. I've got my little tripod today. So you can see these down here. I did this. We're going to be doing this door today, and I am going to be showing y'all what is called the hinge method when you're decoupaging. Sometimes when you're decoupaging, let me turn this so you can see the shape of this cabinet. It kind of looks like a little piano, but you can tell it's tiny. I mean, I'm sitting on a stool. It's tiny. It's small. This is a sugar bin, but you can see how this has this slope. Sometimes you've got wonky angles, even on right angles, flat surfaces like this. Some people have a hard time decoupaging and holding the paper. And so I'm going to show you guys a trick. I call it the hinge method. And let me get this back into frame. As you can see, and I'll pull you guys up, because this has the Harlequin pattern on it, I wanted to make sure that my diamonds are straight. And so I went ahead, and as you can see, I've used little pieces of painter's tape. I've cut the paper a little bit larger. Then, and I put a couple little pieces of tape up here. And so that is gonna, those pieces of tape are gonna act like my hinge as I'm working with my paper. And so it's not gonna slip on me. It's not gonna fall. So I'm gonna be using the hinge method on this. And so what I am using as my glue, my adhesive, is the Miss Lillian's Satin Luster. I found that that works really, really well. I have my blue tool, and to apply my, I just use a inexpensive sponge brush. You don't need anything fancy to apply your adhesion, whatever you're doing, whether you use Mod Podge or top coats. And then I've got my Surf Prep, and this one is super fine, is the yellow one. And so I've got that as well. And I'm going to be using the wet method. So the misting method of decoupage. Some people use the ironing method. Some people just use dry method. I like the misting method. And so I have my water bottle and water. And so here we go. What I'll do is after I apply it, I'll wait for it to dry, and then I will cut it along the edge here. I will cut it along the edge on the sides, and I will cut it and, you know, sand it back on this edge. So I'm wondering, yeah, I left myself enough room. I just wanted to guarantee that I am covering that door. So, and this is a large door, and it was wide enough in the way that I wanted it that I didn't have to piece it together this way, and it was long enough. So but it was close. It was like a little bit on each side, just teeny tiny little bit on each side that I had to play with. But this side where I wanted the roses to start and finish, I wanted to make sure that I'm going, and yep, Crysta did good. Crysta's awesome. Okay. So told you guys it's been a day, and I've been trying to be my own cheerleader today. So you might see my head get in the way because I've got my satin luster on the floor, and I'm trying to get you guys in the frame, and I will show you this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this up. Again, it's staying in place where I want it because I do have my tape here. And again, like I said, I call this the hinge method. And now I'm just dipping my satin top coat. And I'm going to start on the top, and I'm just going to make me a little line of top coat, and I'm going to be working in little areas. And this isn't going to be a very long video because it doesn't take a lot. This is a very simple, easy method. Now, this piece is not going to be perfect. It is 1900s. Early 1900s piece, and what that means is that it had a lot of surface flaws. Even though I did put Jeff's mud and fill some in, there's still some that were just so deep and so mean that there was no way. So what I'm going to do is I always spray the back of my paper and just give it a little mist, and then I'm going to let it fall and kind of tappy it into place where I want it. And I'm going to use my blue tool to get my wrinkles out. And it's a very gentle, you don't have to push hard or anything like that. You just want to apply a little bit of pressure. Okay, get up there, there. And just slowly work it from side to side, one side to the other. And I like working top to bottom. Some people like working bottom to top. Some people like working side to side. That's a personal preference to me. It doesn't matter which way you go. It's all going to be beautiful in the end. And you guys know me. I'm all about whatever is quick, simple, easy, and gives you the best results. Austin, do we have any questions or comments?
We got a lot of comments.
We got a lot of comments? All right.
Amber Damascus says a lot of beautiful paper.
Yes. Go check out that website for HP Distribution and Grace on Design. They have got some amazing stuff on there.
Twania said hello, Crysta.
Hey, Tanya.
And Heather said it's me and Pam.
Yep, Heather and Pam. HP Distribution stands for Heather and Pam Distribution. For a long time, I thought it stood for something else, but it doesn't. It stands for Heather and Pam Distribution. And so,
Tammy Marie Martin says, I absolutely love this piece, and I love how the color Misbehave.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely on my wish list along with that paper.
Yeah, I think that me using this on this one, there's a lot of people that are like, I might need to try out Misbehave. Because I've talked about, if you follow me on my Litter to Glitter page, I have talked about Misbehave several times on there when we're talking about favorite colors and type of colors. And so recently I've been showing the Misbehave on Whiskey and Women and on my Litter to Glitter page. And a lot of people have started falling in love with Misbehave. It is such an amazing, beautiful color. And let me tell you, because I am up close and personal with this, you can see the darker roses in this goes perfectly with Misbehave. I could also see this paper on something white. I could see it on maybe some of the greens that are in the leaves. But the Misbehave, to me, when I pulled the paper out, I was going to do this crazy neon color. And I'll tell you, because I'm going to be honest, when I first looked at the paper online, thank you, Heather and Pam, because now I have to buy a new tablet. I looked at it on my tablet and I thought it was more like a neon pinky color. And I got it in. I'm like, those aren't the same colors that I saw. And so I looked at it on my phone and their colors were true on their picture. It was my device that I was working. So yeah, now Crysta has to go get a new device because I realized that colors are way off on my tablet. So I will be getting a new tablet very, very soon. I think that's why I didn't even bother to grab it. I'm mad at my tablet. So,
Chastity Jones joined us to say good afternoon.
Hey, Chastity. Chastity is Junkin' Jones gang out of Tennessee.
Landa Johnson is still looking good. Great, guys.
Thank you. And so I will go ahead and what I'm doing is I'm doing this and then I'm going to actually wrap this decoupage paper around the base.
I want you to read this one out, Mama.
Of the door. What, huh? Tammy says, give me a C, give me an R, give me a Y, give me an S, give me a T, give me an A. What does it spell? Crysta, she's a girl. Love you, girl. Like, thank you. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Tammy's awesome. In one of my trips to Georgia this year, or last year now, because we're in a new year, I actually got to meet Tammy. And that was a fun, fun time. We had a wonderful day together. And so there is a hole on this door, but I'm covering it with the decoupage paper after it dries. What I will do is I will just go in and punch through the paper, and then I will put my knob on and it'll be faboo. So I'm just making sure I'm getting all of my air, and if I need to, I can lift back up. It's one of the great things. You've got a decent amount of work time with this. I'm going all the way to the edge of the door. All the way to the edge of the door. And like I said, there are some finish flaws, and they're going to show through, and that's fine. Because originally this piece was going to be up for sale, and now it's not. It's mine. And so it's mine. And if it's got a finish flaw in it, because I did it, and that's why I didn't go any further on it. Huh?
I'm saying it's yours.
It's mine. And so what I'm going to do is the lip of this drawer, I'm actually going to take this and wrap it around. And so I'm going to be just applying a little bit more satin here. And I'm going to do just a little bit underneath. And then I'm going to hit it with my mister one last time. And then I'm going to wrap it, especially on these corners here is where a lot of the deep finishes are, because somebody's been slamming this door for, well, 122 years, 120 years. And so there's a lot of nicks and dings on this door. And that is fine with me, because that just builds character. I love furniture with character, and this piece definitely has character. And then I'm just going to run it up underneath of this door.
Angela Bailey's on from Frankfurt, Germany.
Hey, Angela, Elfin and Helden out of Germany. Angela. Yeah, Angela, this is the Grace on Design Harlequin Rose on an antique sugar cabinet from the 1900s, early 1900s. And what I'm going to do is just make sure that I'm getting all the way up to that top. I'm going to put it back down. Make sure I'm getting all the way on that door. And then we're done. We're going to let it dry. These whites are going to begin to pop again once they start to dry, because it is wet. You know, I use the misting method, so it does look a little bit more muted while it's wet. When it dries, these whites and everything are going to pop, and they're going to look just as bright as these. When I come back after it dries, because I'm going to let it sit, I will cut along the edge of the door. I don't like cutting while it is wet. And then I will use my Surf Prep pad to just kind of go over the edges and clean up my edges. Believe it or not, guys, it is that simple to do decoupage with the Grace on Design. And it's that beautiful. So I just wanted to wrap up and tell you guys, thank you, Tammy, for glittering me. Chastity says it's freezing in Tennessee. I'm so ready for warm weather. Girl, you have no idea. I know. I just talked to a friend of mine in Wisconsin this morning, or in Michigan this morning, and she's like, yeah, it's 20 degrees here. And she's like, what's the temperature? It's in the 50s here, and I'm freezing. And she's like, oh, I'm out in my garden. And I'm like, good for you. Love you. Yeah, Kathy, Furniture Duchess is on. Kathy, she's in Georgia. She says that this is a cool paper. I love this Harlequin Rose. Thank you, Amber. Let's see. Just so you guys know, we are closing our storefront, and Monday will be our last day in our storefront that we're open. And then in 2 weeks, you will see me in my home studio as we are taking all of our displays and my storage cabinets and moving it to the home studio. So it'll be a completely different environment in 2 weeks when I join you back. Let me tell you what I'm doing in 2 weeks. After this is done, I am going to seal it. Some of the, like over the decoupage is going to be in satin because I like the satin. I'm going to seal this in flat. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to show you guys how to do ghost striping. We are going to be doing ghost striping on the sides of this cabinet. And then it'll be ready to move into its new home in my home. So let me show you the decoupage paper all together one more time before I jump off of here. But look at this. This is one. You get 3 pieces of paper in the pack. This is just one piece. You get 2 printed. So the printed piece that you see here, and you can see up against me, that's a big piece of paper. This is one piece. And then you get 2 of the printed sheets. And then it had a second sheet that is a solid color. And this matches perfectly with the white in those antique roses in there. So you get a lot in your tube. So my lovelies, I'm done for the day. I just need to let this dry. I might come on to Litter to Glitter. If you're not following me there, please do. I will jump on over once this dries. If it gets dry before I leave at 5, if not, I'll try to jump on this weekend, or definitely I will be jumping on when I can get back around to this piece and show you guys how to cut it out, sand the edges, and even possibly do some sealing with you guys in prep for 2 weeks from today. So much love to you all, and I will see you all soon. Happy painting, guys. Bye.